Everyone. Today we are going to discuss how you are going to install Kali Linux in a virtual machine. Now, in order to install Kali Linux in a virtual machine, the first thing you need to do is you need to download some stuff from the internet. So, Kali Linux virtual machine images. So, when you search this in Google, you're going to find this link: Offensive Security Kali VMware image. So, to load this VMware image, you would either need VMware or VirtualBox. So, you have to see first VMware download. So, then you go to this particular site and you will find that in this official site of VMware, you would find the Workstation Pro, right? But you need to go to downloads and get Workstation Play as the free version, and that pretty much does everything you need. Also, alternatively to this VMware, you can also go to VirtualBox. VirtualBox. This is an Oracle software which does the same thing. You can download this latest 5.2 version from this link, and you can download this. I'm not clicking on it because I've already downloaded it. And the next thing you need to do after you download either of this, okay, you need to go here and select the image you want to download. For instance, you have downloaded VMware. You need the VMware images, that's here, or the VirtualBox images, that's here. Now you need to see it's 32-bit or it's 64-bit. Now, depending on the amount of RAM you're gonna give to this virtual machine, you're gonna decide that. If you're gonna give more than 4 GB of RAM, I recommend 64-bit. If it's less than 4 GB, then 32-bit. If you don't know which one to take, 32-bit is the pretty much the default one. So you click on 32-bit and you can download this directly from here or torrent it. I have torrented it down and it's here. When you download this thing, this OVA file in torrent, you would find this Kali Linux OVA. So once it's downloaded and once you've downloaded and installed VMware Workstation Play or VirtualBox, you can just come here and double click on this. So by itself, it's gonna open its image and I can choose the name. I'll say Kali Linux, and then the importing starts. So this is getting imported into Kali Linux. But there's also another thing to keep in mind, that in many cases, although you will be able to import this virtual machine, you will not be able to run it. And that is pretty much because you do not have virtualization enabled in your system. And to enable virtualization, you have to enable virtualization in your system, you need to follow these instructions. Uh, Go to your BIOS. The BIOS is the basic input and output system that's there in, like, every manufacturer has a BIOS. So in order to go to your BIOS, you need to depend on your manufacturer because it is very manufacturer dependent. So like for HP, there'll be a particular type in the particular way. Like if you have to press the F8 key again and again, and then you'll be able to go into the BIOS, right? So this says Alt and F4 and some other ways, but you will have to Google up your particular manufacturer and its way. So once you're in the BIOS, you need to find something called the Professor submenu. And when you find the Professor, go to Advanced Configuration Settings and enable Intel Virtualization Technology. This particular bit or whatever it will be should be set to on. So you need to go here and set enable or 0 to 1. That is what you have to do. You have to enable this bit, and once it's done, you're gonna save and exit, right? So now, as you can see, Kali Linux in my VMware Workstation Player loads up and it gives a removable devices dialog box. Just say yeah, okay here, not to worry about it. So this Kali Linux will just load in a while, and you will be greeted with a login screen. So the username, the default username will be root, and the password will be TOOR. Once you log in, all these logcat output you're gonna see when it's gonna get booted up. So don't worry about it. It's just logcat. You'll understand what it says in a while. It'll take a while, but you'll understand what it says. And here, this OS is gonna boot up Kali. In VirtualBox, there are also a lot of other options which you can see to speed up, to you know give different access abilities, shared folders with your particular computer, your particular host machine, right? Your OS, and you can mount share folders here, restart tools. There are a couple of things to try. But what I'm gonna show you here is right now. I'll switch this off and I'll show that here in this particular virtual machine which you have just loaded, you'll have a number of options, right? You'll have a number of options once it gets powered off. So the settings, you can't go there because it's still powering off. Just wait a minute. Yeah. So now, as we go here and click on settings, you're gonna see you will have a number of settings for this virtual OS. So this is the memory I was talking about. This, if this is more than 2 GB, if you're giving more than 4 GB, I'm sorry, 4 GBs, then you should use 64-bit. But if it's less than that, 32-bit is fine. So number of processors, you get to choose the number of processors, the hard disk. Now 80 GBs won't be taken directly from your hard disk. It will be just taken as you use your Kali Linux distribution, your virtual distribution, right? Now network adapter, this is very important. So network adapter, that's NAT, that says network address translation. Now network address translation will pretty much mask this Kali Linux's IP address under your IP address. So that's not gonna be a problem because the network will never be able to see your Kali Linux, but you can use internet and every other facility directly through your IP, right? It's working through your IP. But host only would make it a different host in the same network. Okay, if you are aware of networking, you would know that it will just make you a different host in the same network. As we go through the tutorials, we'll touch upon what networking means and what this all means, but right now NAT will be fine. So just select NAT, and that's the default options. Custom, however, will make you select a different custom network that you have set up in your system. So that's, leave that for now. Just go to NAT, and that's everything is okay. You can just decide the amount of memory you're gonna give here, the hard disk, the processors, and the memory, depending on your computer system. So these are important settings, and you just have to play it from here again. Thank you.